Hello, guys. We are super excited to welcome you to our YouTube channel where we get to talk about anything positive that benefits our day to day lives. And as you can see, we are in our Christmas mood. Whoever isn't preparing for Christmas, I know you're already excited to join with us, isn't it? To eat the food.
And celebrate.
I know we've eaten a lot of Christmases, but the Bible says that we should celebrate when it's time to celebrate
yes.
and cry when time is there to cry, because it's written everything on this earth has its own season. So why not celebrate? Yay!
Merry Christmas, girl.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited to eat the chicken. You can't imagine, I'm so excited. Guys, join me to be excited. I can smell the rice.
But it's unfortunate she'll be at work. She won't be a celebration with
Oh
us.
my God, I will be just crying. And can you imagine, guys, back in Africa, people are just going to be preparing to just steal the chicken on that.
When it's on the streets, the whole of the streets of Kampala back home. I know everything. Everyone is now roaming into the streets to shop. They're storming the malls. Oh, we are missing home. Aren't you missing home, Dora?
Makes me cry, guys.
It's too much. I miss the Christmases at home. I miss those Christmas carols.
Yeah.
Remember the memories?
Those
Christmas
together.
melodies they always play in town.
Together, please.
The homes.
I'm becoming emotional, guys.
Guys, we are missing
home.
African Christmas. We are missing, but we are with you spiritually.
But guys, can I tell you what? If you know that you're going to prepare your chicken right there on that saucepan outside with your sigili, I mean that charcoal stove.
I know.
Guys, be prepared that people out there are planning to steal your chicken.
Remember those days whereby by now you have the Christmas dresses our parents would buy for us. So every time we're on countdown. So you go back, you have to check on the dresses.
And the way they used to buy those tantantala together.
But they were nice. They were nice in that time.
I hated them. I have to wear with my sister, the other sister, same clothes.
Me, I enjoyed because it was like, it was, in that time.
Now we are going further, guys. Did we introduce ourselves?
Anyway, guys, that was just a by the way.
The talk is getting so sweet.
We're just in the mood.
I'm just in the mood. Come on, guys. My name is Dora.
My name is Caroline K.
And we are the twins.
Two lovely sisters in Christ. We love you guys.
And we love you guys. And we are just excited to welcome you in with us. This mood positivity. I mean, are you going to be so sad each and every time? I know there is a situation that happens in life when it involves sadness. But just force yourself to be happy. You understand?
Yes.
Just force yourself to be happy.
You don't need to even force it. You have to be happy because we are the true children of God. He has loved us. He has given us a second chance to live to do the next Christmas. Many have not been able to make it, but here we are celebrating. We are not sick. We are okay, Despite the fact that we're missing our families back home, but we are happy and we believe you're going to enjoy your Christmases as we're going to enjoy our Christmases.
Jingle bells. Let me sing for them.
Come on.
Yeah? Do you have a radio? Jingle bells, jingle bells. I have bells. Jingle all the way.
Oh, what fun is it to ride
Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is it to ride the wonders of the way. Do I know how to sing? But I remember.
Merry Christmas.
Where is my mic?
This was just a flashback. This was to put you in the mood.
Okay, guys. So we are super excited, as you can see, because it's holiday times, and holiday times involves some of us. The summers are already going back home to dash cash
money.
And so some of the kids are already having their holidays, and parents out there, this is our topic. Either you're going to be a mother soon or a father soon, or you're already having grown-up kids, it doesn't matter. But we are going to talk about parenting abroad and parenting back home, meaning long-distance parenting, the challenges that parents face while having a long-distance parenting, and the parents that are indoors, I mean those that are with their children, and the challenges, the obstacles, the benefits, and the solutions of how we can together and tackle this to raise up bright future kids, and really to instill our kids with the positivity and energy, and still you be a great parent both abroad and within. So, and before going further, please don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. And should you find anything positive, please give it a thumbs up, comment. We don't mind you commenting in a negative way or a positive way.
Because we are giving positivity. We should live a positive life. And so we believe in giving you first-hand positive information.
Yes,
we want to always leave you happy. We want to always see our people jubilating.
Man, that is the truth, because together we can. All right, together we can. So you give a positive feedback, we welcome it. You give a negative feedback, it helps us and it actually builds us. You know, you should always accept a criticism, either good or bad, depending on how it is, for your growth. So anyway, I'm gonna start with my sister, Sister Carol. Actually, she's onto a long distance parenting, and she has been into her relationship, marriage, for a very long time, and she's jubilating her marriage, and she's so happy, and she's gonna applaud one gentleman who is the greatest in her life. God is the greatest, though. God is the greatest.
He takes the first position.
But at the end, she'll have something to say in terms of long distance parenting. I believe you'll pick something out of it. She'll give some challenges and some feedbacks of how she has managed to raise her children in this kind of a journey of a long distance parenting. Okay? And should you have any comment, please feel free to share with us. How have you managed to raise your children while on a long distance relationship? On a long distance parenting, and how have you managed to tackle it positively? And how has it really affected you? And how have you really been a good wife? Okay? And how have you been a good parent in that long distance? Yeah. Okay, back to you, darling.
Thank you, Dora. Thank you once again. For those that have not been around, I'm Carol K. I'm a mother of two daughters, Christabel and Amabel. I'm married to one man called Henry. I'm here to share with you. I've been here abroad. I've been away from my family for 3 years now. I'm glad to tell you that my family is happy. My children are okay. But it has not been easy. For those that are abroad with me, I know the parents that are abroad that have left their families back home. I believe you understand the situation. It's not been easy, but God has made it through. God has made me go through it or manage it. So this is why I came out to share it out with my fellow parents out there who are battling with the same challenges out there. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to even encourage those that are in the mood, are in the plans of leaving their families to travel abroad, because traveling is inevitable. We have to travel whether you want it or not, because you cannot always go with your children, with your family, wherever you're going, because of several factors. So we find ourselves traveling, leaving our partners, leaving our family members, leaving our children in the time they even want us most. But there is always a plan B to move on. Don't get discouraged. Don't get frustrated. Those that are already there, please, here are some of the tips. Here are some of the things you have to do so as to manage, to balance your marriage, to balance your children, to maintain the marriage rolling. Though you're not with them, but you will be with them spiritually. So here are how are we going to do it, or how have I done it to see that my children, my family are still stable, to see that I still have a smile that you're seeing on my face,
or still
intact with my family, with my sweethearts. First, I have to thank God for the technology. Technology has made it very possible. For those that traveled in years back, you know what it meant. To communicate was never easy. We had aunties and relatives some time back. It wasn't that easy to communicate. It would take you years to communicate from someone who goes abroad. So, but here comes technology. Everything has been simplified. So please don't get scared if you get an opportunity to go work in a different country, and you feel to make it will bring you a change, it will bring you a progress in your family. Please don't hesitate to share it with your husband, to share it with your wife, to go give it a try, because you'll manage and your family will go on well.
Yeah.
First point, before you travel, for those that are going to travel, you have to make a plan. You have to sit down and make a plan. That plan involves a lot of things. Who are you going to leave your child or your children with?
Yeah, that is very
because
important.
Because now we are talking about co-parenting. Co-parenting is basically children and their parents. You as a father, you as a mother, who is going to be away from your home? How are you going to keep in touch with these children so that they should not miss your presence, so that they should not feel lonely, so that they should not be stressed and depressed, because they go through stress. Children also go through stress. So how are you going to make it possible for you to keep united? This is why you have to make a plan.
Sorry, Sister Carol, to cut you short. I remember when I was young, and I was around like 6 years, I was taken to, the first time I was taken to my stepmother.
Yes.
And remember that I grew up in that kind of a loving motherhood. I don't know how this treatment is all about.
Yeah.
And here I am, I'm taken to a woman that I didn't understand her heart, and I wasn't able to be heard.
How old were you, Dora?
I was 6. I was 6. And what people think? They think that children don't have stress, and that's why you wonder. You can give a child everything they need, but at the end of it, a child ends up killing themselves, and you can wonder why. But yet, they have a lot of stress. I had a lot of stress going on in the transitioning from my mother and to someone who is now introducing me to a strange environment of hatred and, to the things that even I had no clue about.
You were new in the environment.
Reason being, I look like my dad, or she's wise, or she's like this. Hey, Carol, yes, I went through stress. Talk about it. Yeah. Please talk about it.
Yes. Parents, please, children go through a lot of stress.
Yeah.
You may not get rid of that stress entirely because you're not away, you're not with her or with the children, but at least there is something you always do before you leave these kids. You have to make a very good choice. You pray. First of all, you have to consult God, because we are believers. By the way, we are believers. We are born again Christians. So we believe that whatever we are going to do, we have to talk to God. We have to surrender it to God. So before you make the plans to live and what have you, always consult God. May He guide you to give the right persons to take care of your children. I know it's hard to get the right person to stand in the gap of a parent, of a true biological mother, but God does miracles. God uses people. We have miracles who come in form of people. You can get a friend who can stand in the gap, and she does it perfectly well. Big ups to my little sister Maureen, who has done a very wonderful work. Maureen, may God bless you. May God reward you. I really have no words to appreciate you. And big ups to my husband, who has done a very big role.
Guys,
from the time I left 3 years.
Thumbs up.
Sweetheart, you have done a very, very wonderful work. You have played a father and mother figure role to our children.
It has not been easy.
It has not been easy, but God has Dora, God does it. It's not our will. It's not His will that He made it, but God does it. Because I consulted God. I had to go in fasting, Dora. I had to go in fasting for 30 days.
Wow.
Yes, I had to pray.
Guys, that's a tip.
Yeah, you have to go into. That's why I say you have to pray. Whatever starts in praying has to be protected in praying, so as it has to be kept in God's presence. So I prayed, and I still pray till to date. So I thank God that He had my prayers and He gave me the right people, my husband and my sister and my other siblings.
So you mean God can connect you to the right people?
Yes, when you consult Him. I mean, when you ask Him, why not? We are His children. The Bible tells us, ask. Jeremiah 33, He tells us to call unto Him. He will do what? He will answer us. So He blessed me with those people who did a role. So I have to make a right plan. When I consulted God and He gave me the right people through planning, I planned basing on these two people, and I believe they are going to do a good work, and they have done it. So you have to make a plan. That plan should be based on where you're going to leave the children, who is going to take care of the kids, and how will you be communicating with these people. In other words, if the person does not have a phone, because in Africa, if we have to be realistic, not everyone has a smartphone. So you have to make sure everything is in touch. Make sure you have prepared the hearts of these people you're going to
leave the children with.
You don't have to just throw the message to them and tell them I'm going tomorrow. You have to make a plan. After you've made the plan, you talk to these people first. I have this idea. Are you willing to take over when I leave? If they are like yes, and they will ask you how long, be open, don't hide. If it is 2 years, let it be 2 years. If it is 3 years, please let them know, because they also have plans. Like my sister also has her plans.
Sorry to cut you short. And another thing, please, before leaving your children with anybody, as she said, please commit everything to God, because we've seen a lot of people out there. They left their children, and these people back home, they are really milking money out of them. Okay? They are milking money out of what? Out of them. And you know what? In the end results, we've seen a lot of people who have killed this young innocent blood just because of money. Because of money. Can I tell you? So it's always better to commit your plans before God, to commit those people that you leave your children with, that you are gonna leave those children with, before God, and trust Him. Trust Him. He will definitely do it for you.
And maybe to elaborate still more about the people you're going to leave your children with, as a mother, we play a lot of roles to our children. We play a lot of role to our children. So when you're planning on this, make sure that person is a God-fearing person. That factor is very important. That person should be God-fearing, in that she will understand on how to handle these children. She will understand to mentor, because 2 years without your children, a lot happens. The devil is also fighting. The devil is planning other things.
Someone who has a good heart.
So if she has a good heart, if she's morally, spiritually well, she will nurture your children spiritually. Your children, it's not all about eating and dressing and sleeping well. They have to be brought up spiritually, morally. They have to be, like, given that love, that moral support. They need it.
Depending on how you want
it. If it is prayer time, these kids need to know how to pray right when they're still young. They need to dedicate their lives to soak themselves in the blood of Jesus. If it's not a mother, who will do it? So you have to pray for God to guide you on choosing the right people to stay with your children. It's point number 2. When you have finally made up your mind and you've reached to the place of destination, please, communication. Point number 2 is communication.
Let's talk about that.
Communication.
People just leave children with people, and they are like, after all, she's my mother. After all, she's my father. After all, it's their family. Let them take care of. You just dump like as if you dump garbage. Even garbage is recycled.
I know.
Yes, it's recycled and even reused, isn't it? Some garbage is recycled. So you cannot just dump your child just there, isn't it?
Yes. So communication bears a lot of things. In your communication, there should be transparency. Like you manage to reach there, please make sure you're so transparent. Be open. Tell them what you found, because most people came here with different plans. People travel from their native countries to the foreign places where their destinations, where they'll be going to work or maybe to operate their businesses from. But when they reach there, you come with a different plan, and when you reach on the ground, the story changes.
Yeah, true.
Probably I for one, I came knowing I was going to spend here 2 years, but here I am, I'm in the 3rd year. So things change along the way. But if you're not communicating so well, if you're not transparent with your husband back home, if you're not transparent with your wife back home, if you're not transparent with the caregiver or the caretaker of your children, then that means she'll lose trust in you. You will have also disorganized that person. But when you tell her properly that, my dear sister or my dear friend or my dear husband or wife, as I came, I expected to start the work like tomorrow, but I'm told to wait.
I'm sorry to ask. So does this imply to also people who are milkers, or only to honest people that have been there for you, for your children?
Yeah, like I said, when you stand on the truth, it's better. When you say the truth sets you free. It would not make, like, for example, for those, it depends on the person you left the children with. There are those that will live with children knowing I'll be paying them. Yeah.
But what about these people that are milkers? As in, all they need is money, that you cannot really communicate the truth to them.
No, you may not know that person that she's a milker. It's what I'm saying. You have to first know this person. Because you also don't know. When you're leaving, don't rest assured this person that I will immediately go there and work. Tell him or her that I'm going. I've been told this and this. But let me first reach there and see. Because you do not know. Now, for those for us who were not told exactly what is happening, we are advising those outside there who haven't yet come and you're planning to come. Please communicate.
Guys.
Please tell those people. Don't rest assured those people that once you reach here, you'll get jobs. It's a lie. Things change along the way.
Some have luck.
But it's not a guarantee.
Spend 1 year
without it's not a guarantee that you come and get jobs. You have
and sometimes actually their visas are expired and they have no solutions, guys. Yet you've left children back home. Okay, so as she says, communication matters.
Communicate, and then you should also always have like plan B, just in case I don't get a job where I'm going on time, because most people believe in Africa back home that once you board a plane, that means money will begin falling. My dear, it's not the story.
It's a myth.
It's not a story. This is a belief. We once believed, like I personally once believed that maybe when someone comes abroad, day one she's getting money.
They are lying to you.
So it's a lie. Our sisters and brothers out there, those that are planning to come, please, if you're leaving your families and your children, maybe any person you've been responsible to, make sure there is plan B. Just in case you reach here and you don't get a job, your children back home need to be eating. If that means you are the breadwinner in the family, you have to make sure there is plan B to get money, where you tell that caregiver, go to so and so to give you some money for upkeep. Because things out here are not easy, my sisters. We have to tell you, it's not easy. But when you pray to God, God makes everything possible. Right from the time before you come, dedicate the journey before the hands of God. Remember, God always answers us. So I've talked about that as second point, as communication. Point number 2, you set a specific time of communication. As a mother, you know how your children, the program of your family. So like if you know the person you left the children, if she's always with the children full time, you have to have that specific moment. Because you know very well when children get up, the joy of a kid is to wake up and she finds her mother in the room. The first person is her mother. She would love to see. So you imagine, if it is possible for you to make it very early in the morning, you become the first person to communicate to these children, to talk to them. It will bring a smile on this. These children will not miss you.
It gives them company. You're there.
And if you know that by the morning hours, maybe they have a tight schedule, they have to go to school, so it's so busy, they have to wake up to prepare their parkings and what have you. Maybe the vans are leaving them for school. There you can leave that time. But remember to always call to confirm if the students have gone. Make sure you know the routine of your family, of your children. Sometimes I felt I was giving my caregiver hard time because every hour I would be asking, have you heard from them? Have they woken up? Have they taken water? I always did this. And I thank God for this little sister of mine who has been patient for me, because I've over disturbed her. So I always made sure I know their routine. Now I would know they have gone to school. They have gone to school. I know it's the time of coming back. If I'm not busy basing on my schedule, I'd make sure that time I fix time for children. Please fix time to call. But all in all, have a specific time. Let those children or those people know by this time we are going to talk to mommy. That is how they will feel your presence. It will be like you have been maybe you woke up in the morning, they have gone to school and you have gone to work. So we assume all of us by 5, by 6 in Kampala, back home, we believe by 6, all parents are going back home. So let it be 6 or let it be 7, before these kids sleep, maybe they've landed back home from school, let them have a call.
It's true.
They will not miss you. They will always know mommy thinks about us. They will not, even if someone comes in, some people come in, dream killers come to spread bad news to these children.
Yes.
Maybe your mother dumped you. Maybe your mother treasures money more than you. It's not the case.
Yeah.
No one hates her child. We are here. We are here not because we hate our families, not because we hate our marriages. One person may ask you, actually, they've been asking me, why did you leave your husband to come here?
Yeah.
I didn't leave him because I don't love him. But we have to live, just like I can stay in Kampala and then go to work in a different district altogether.
Support.
It is not because, things have changed.
Joint support.
Yes,
Yeah,
I also need to bring something
yeah,
on the table at the end of the day. Have to support him. So it was just like, let me also try to see how we can make ends meet.
And before, let me cut you short, Carol. When we come back to this communication thing, okay, guys, let me make this a point. When you are doing this long distance parenting, please always make sure that you video call with your children.
Oh, yes.
Please.
Yes.
Because most of the parents abroad over here have been lied to, okay, that their children are okay, given they are handed over wrong children when they are not video calling and they think their children are okay. These are true stories, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm telling you guys, please just make sure, endeavor to just make sure you video call with your children. If don't accept stories, oh, she went to the shop, or she went like this. Is it always that this child has to go to the shop?
No.
Is it always that this child has to be sleeping?
No.
Is it always that this child has gone to Jaja or her grandmother or whatsoever place? Is it a must that this child is not always available? You always have to put a question mark. You have to be conscious spirited, okay? And you have to be alert, all right? Always communicate with your children, all right?
Thank you, Dora. To add on that,
video calling, I mean.
Yes, she's very right. I want to make a clear example about myself. I don't want to live to talk on other people's stories. I have to talk on my own story. This is why we are here. We are living positive life. We are giving you this information to help you, because I know so many people here are battling. Some people would even not talk to their children now. They can't get access to eat, and I know how it hurts. I know the feeling. I know what it means spending a day or two without talking to your children. It hurts, but I thank God I have always tried not to miss a day out, not to talk to my children. So, best adding on that, to supplement on what she has said, some friend, these we call friends back home. Someone went back home.
And it's a true story.
It's a true story. A friend of mine, of course, I won't mention her name.
It's a true story.
So someone got home to see my children. She said that she had gone to see my children. So when she reached there, of course, I knew my children. I always see them. Their father gives them to me. When the dad is at home, I always communicate video. My sister also does video calls. Sometimes my
sorry. I'm just thinking of that chicken.
Come on. So
sorry, guys.
Dora, stop it. In the mood I can see.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
Let's go ahead.
So my sister gives me the kids to talk to them on video call. So I always know how my children are. As a mother, I have to see them, how they're like dressed, their hygiene, the hair, the what. I do mind that. So a friend goes home, she sees the kids. Then after she calls me on WhatsApp and she was like, Caroline, when are you coming back? Your children are looking so miserable. They are looking as if they are orphans. God forbid.
Was it the right information?
How was it right? Dora, you've seen my kids' pictures. Do you see any sadness in my children?
No.
They cannot be sad.
Not with that caring husband.
They're not sad because
tell me.
I had so many places to take my children.
You mean he was trying to impose fear in you,
definitely,
and bring havoc in your family and your marriage?
These are dream killers. Dora, not everybody that knows you're here is happy.
Okay.
Not everyone knows that Dora, when she's abroad, is happy back home. So this was a kind of person I saw him as a dream killer.
Tell me
to discourage me.
Yes, I'm excited to hear. Are you excited?
So when this girl tells me this, and I was like, my children to look as so because I knew what my children literally mean or look like, as like this one is a dream killer. Members, when you do these video calls, there's no one who's going to come and give you false information about your children.
Mind the rumors as well, guys.
No one will even come. There is even one who said, "Hey, your husband looks so sad. He looks so miserable." I see him every day. I see him every day. If anything, if a man looked sad, yes, he will look sad because he's missing his what? His wife, his family. But for the sake of the children, I know they are okay because I know the person I left with them with is doing the right thing.
Doing his best.
Yes. So mind about the people who communicate, who give you information about your children, about your families back home, about your family members. Learn to see who has said this and for what is she or he up to.
Let's say let us learn how to do surveys.
Yes.
Okay? Surveys of your
own. And once you get such information, please don't react to believe in that person, because some of you might get so hurt and you go astray, like you want to attack. How can I'm sending her money and how can, why is she's taking, and once you decide, you remember you're far from children, and once you attack this person before you have confirmed, you will have imposed indirect torture to your children. Because once you torture a caregiver, automatically your children will be sad. So some things you have to close your ears and ignore them. But if you get these live videos, what you can see, because she also will be ashamed to give you pictures when you to give you children when they are sad, when you're in torn clothes or tattered ragged clothes, when you send them money or anything for maintenance or for upkeep. So video calling is very important. For more to that, the importance of video calling, it creates the bond. The children it will be like they are seeing you. These children will not even forget your face. Do you know that when you keep on not talking, communicating in video calls, these children will not remember you. When you go back home, you'll be like a stranger. But when you keep on communicating in a video call, you will be like she knows you. Apparently, I left my daughter when she was 2 years. So she was still young.
Actually,
But the first time I made a video call to talk to her, she could not recognize me, to differentiate me between me and her and my sister now. So when my sister came back home, we are using the dad's phone. When her sister came back, so she told them, the auntie, whom she calls mommy, she was like, "Mommy, I saw you on TV, on phone." You see, because she knew she had talked to my sister. Once I learned that my daughter is not differentiating me and my sister, I said, I have to wake up here. I made it frequent. I made sure I would make these video calls. And even the first time I made video calls, these children cried a lot. I felt how they were missing me. They couldn't even talk so well. But since I made it a routine, we talk daily. I never called without videos. It has been a video call since. Now we are okay. We talk. They are free to tell me anything. You're free to ask them, please, my babies, joke around as if you're with them. Come on, dance for me. If it is to dance for them. Let them feel your presence even when you're very far from them. When you dance and shake, they'll be, tell me. And always remind them how much you love them. Because someone will come and say, your mommy never loves you. Your daddy doesn't love you. But remind them, we love you. I miss you. You sing for them some lullabies. Promise them that you're going to come and then do bigger things with them.
You're still a mother
and always tell them that mommy loves them. The mommy who is taking care of them. Always show them that mommy loves them. So in case if she punishes them in one or another, they shouldn't see it in a negative way. They should take it, perceive it positively.
I'll cut you short.
Yes.
That's why I always see, actually, they are these guys, the Filipinos, the Asians, actually, they are more frequent when it comes to video calling their families back home, most especially their children. From the time that they give birth to the time, to the time that they leave their children back home, all right? And the child gets to understand, the child opens their eyes to understand, this is a person, they are always constantly video calling their children, no matter what. They are always there.
Yeah.
Continue.
So another thing is make surprises. Make surprises.
Very important.
Make surprises. Who of you never loves to be surprised? However small it will be, as long as someone has surprised you.
Me, even if it's just a candy.
Yes.
It shows some effort.
Of course, someone has thought about you,
Yeah.
Like you come back and you I came to see you. So here, there's something like, oh, Caroline, this is so nice of you. So is to our children. So is to be done to our caregivers. So is to our darlings we live back home. Surprises mean a lot, even when you're staying with a husband, and then when he goes to work and he comes back with something, you're like, this is a sweetheart. He has remembered me. So he still has me at his heart.
And now there are now this kind of things. There are now these kind of things that are happening. Surprise, surprise. Omwagalwa, you know about that one. Let me advertise for these guys. Guys, you have to pay me. You know what? If you have some little thing, at least you can sacrifice and save, even if it's this small amount of money. Drop it somewhere, and then you can go to that school and tell that surprise person to take your child at least a cake, okay, at least something special for them, and let them celebrate with other children. You don't have to throw a bush, just a small birthday gift like a cake. So this is something a child cannot forget you about. And this is also something that your husband cannot forget you about, or your caretaker cannot forget you about. All right.
To add more about the surprise thing, incidentally, I've never been surprised, but I'm so good at surprising people, and I know how much it feels like someone to surprise you. So you have to surprise these babies, these children. Surprise them, do things. A surprise means a lot. A surprise means love.
Yeah, true.
A surprise means I appreciate you. A surprise means you are always at the back of my heart. Yes. I remember you for something you did for me.
Yes.
That is what a surprise is meant for. Yes. So when you do a surprise, it means I'm far from you, but spiritually I'm with you.
And I think about you.
I'm far from you, but I see the role you're doing to take care of my children. Please don't give up. Whoever is appreciated will always want to do more to be appreciated than more.
Unless that one with an evil heart doesn't appreciate.
We rebuke such over our children. They will never come near our children. We rebuke such caregivers to come over our children. By the way, I'm glad to say I've never been blessed with. I've never experienced someone.
No, there are people.
Of course, they are. I know.
There are people that even if you give something, they think, yeah, I got you. It means she's showing off. Look at what she has given me after doing this whole big work.
I know.
Or after, my goodness, there are people of that kind who never appreciate no matter what, and they will say, is it because she's abroad? Look at how she has given me this small thing.
Do your part. Do your part. Let her not do, because better late than never. You may not do it, and then she will say she has even never sent me a sweet.
Actually, I salute such kind of people. Also. Yeah, I salute you with your bad heart. Yes. I mean your evil heart.
No, forgive them. Just Dora, you have to forgive.
Yes.
So we have to forgive them. Pray God to soften their hearts.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you surprise someone who is taking care of your children, it may be small, but before God, it will mean a lot. God will make that person appreciate it. God will make that person to believe that you truly appreciate that person.
Yeah.
So when you appreciate these people who take care of our children, it keeps a bond. She will also do good to your children. Then to our children still, you have to also make surprises. The more we surprise these kids on their birthdays, let your kid not remind you about her birthday. Do something even before her birthday comes, because they know it's a must. We have to bless them with gifts on birthdays, but do something prior the birthday or after the birthday to show them that mommy is far, but she's with you spiritually.
Yeah.
The husbands, for those that are abroad and have women back home, please do appreciate your sweethearts back home. Appreciate your wives. These women go through a lot. You leave them with the children. You leave them with the family. Sometimes even the money or the resources you leave them with are never the same, are never enough. Say, for example, Corona period.
Yeah.
Big ups all parents.
Forgive us, guys, for the lights. It's kind of late, okay? So, but what matters is the information that you get.
Yeah. This is the time we go to air out this because we are supposed to be going to work.
Yeah.
So we had it was burning, like we felt we couldn't help it out without sharing it. Yeah, and it's the time that we felt we should even appreciate our people out there who have done a good work to take care of our
Christmas
children.
comes, knocks on the
At least this should be the message, the end of year message for our people down there who are taking care of our people, our children. Please, thank you. Shout big out to all of you, and we just pray God blesses you abundantly. So surprises are really it works like magnet.
True.
It attracts more blessings. It attracts more love for your children. So you appreciate your wives. Your wives are standing out there facing challenges.
Not only wives, your husband as well, the ones that you left back home, if they are still good.
Balancing with the wives, the aunties, the mummies, the judges who take care of the children. Some children are taken back home in the village, and this old woman is old. Sometimes she's even weak, but you find that she has to carry this baby. She has to go back to do the other motherly love, care she gave when she gave to you as a mother. So we really thank you guys who have been doing this wonderful this wonderful support our families. Another more issue is always, please, when you're chatting with your children, especially because the issue now is between you and your children.
It's okay.
Yeah, guys. The point is between you. The issue is now between you because you are co-parenting the children. These children here, you have to make sure they should know why you left them. My daughter one time asked me, "Mommy, why did you leave us to go there?" She asked me. Which means she has a lot of questions in her mind. Why did mommy go? Maybe she had issues from friends. Maybe they're saying maybe your mother separated with your daddy. You never come back. She'll never come back. So she wants to hear from the horse's mouth, "Mommy, why did you go?" And I have to tell her exactly why I left. I'm telling her, okay, I'm coming back. You even tell her, please keep praying for me to get money because God hears children's prayers. Engage her to start praying for mommy to get money so that God puts in the speed in whatever you're doing so that you go back and settle with your families. So there are a lot of reasons as to why, there are a lot of things that we do to keep in touch with our children, but surprise them, make discussions with your children, joke around with them. Communication is the key factor of everything. Even a relationship without communication is a fake relationship. So Dora, can you please add on that?
I'm excited. You've given me some points over there that you've told me about this rumor girl. But now there are people who are really wanting to really destroy someone's marriage and relationship, and and destroy that kind of communication in between you guys. But I'm happy that you came up with this one. Is fire. It's something that I didn't know that even there are those kind of people.
We have to share.
There are those kind of people. But anyway, I salute you kind of people. May God touch your heart and change your heart, because one day you're doing this to this family. Tomorrow it's going to be your family or your children. How are you going to handle this? Share with us.
And maybe to this, just a bit of advice or even a request, please. People will live with our children. I'm not now talking on my behalf, because I have no problem with my people, but I'm talking on behalf of the rest of the members we interact with here. Someone has entrusted you with the children. Someone has really tried her really best. People here, we don't earn much. Don't expect people to give you lots of money.
You're earning billions. Isn't it what they say back home?
No, it's not the truth, you guys. So if someone has really sent you something, please appreciate it and please use it. Don't let these innocent souls suffer. You torment the kids, at the same time the parents here are tormented. We've heard of scenarios whereby people are dying. Someone is sweating to save something. She's investing the money back home. She's sending even some little money aside to take care of her children. Because there's no mother would want to work and forget about her child. You cannot come here, like for those that are working as nannies here, you cannot put in more effort to take care of someone's child when your child is back home suffering. You assume. So please, once someone has entrusted you with her children, please be kind enough. Do it at least for God. Don't do it for payment or for a reward. Let God be your reward.
And do you know that the child that you're really taken care of very well can remember you?
He's even an angel. She's an angel.
Can remember you.
She can be a blessing in your home.
Yeah, or even the things that you've done now can be done to your children.
Definitely, what you sow is
your
what you reap.
Is children,
what you sow is what you reap. So let's learn to be good to these people. And we also who have left our children, please, as parents, let's always be so cooperative. If we've had things, let's learn how to control our temper. Not everything you hear from home is right. Take your time to react, because you might react and cause problem, and you're not going to board a bus back home. Because someone can decide to throw your kid out on the street. Where will you get the child? Someone can decide to impose pain on your child, physically and emotionally. You find your child is suffering psychologically. By the time you go back home, you have saved some money, but your child is not happy. Your child is not well. You know what that means? 2 years down the road, a child facing that torture. Or you'll be called by a neighbor that your child is being burnt by fire, by hot water, because you exchanged so bitterly with a caregiver. So let's always be humble, find a better way,
better solution other than attacking them, because they have really been there for you.
For the sake of our children, please try to balance. Try to be considerate.
All right. So what final advice are you giving to them?
My final advice is mothers who are abroad, majorly. I know it's not easy. I know how much tears you cry, you shed every night when you think about those children. Dora, when I came here, I cried for 6 months. Every time I would enter my room, I would cry. Not because my children were suffering, but I imagined I was going to spend 2 years, 2 years without them. But I thank God. As time went by,
another transition, really.
Like you coming, I had never traveled. It was my first time of travel. I had experienced a lot. And I was even unlucky. That was the time when Corona struck in. Do you know what that meant? Seeing people die in Italy, kids were dying like cockroaches, and I was now imagining my children as a mother. I almost lost it, Dora. It wasn't easy for me that time.
Broadcasted on the news,
everywhere. Actually, it was affecting everyone. Those people back home were affected about us, but we were even equally affected about them more, because we were like, if it is happening in these corporate countries, and people are dying like cockroaches, what about in Africa where we don't have medical better hospitals? So we always felt that fear. So it struck me hard. I went to do fasting, endless fastings for my children, but glory be to God, that came to pass, and our children were safe. For those that managed to not to lose relatives in the course of Corona, of course, we also lost some relatives, but we thank God for those that are still alive. I thank God for my husband. I thank God for my sister. Please keep it up. I may not reward you much, but God will do the reward for you.
Thank you so much, Sister Kara. I just want to say thank you for all those beautiful motivation, encouraging, and aspiring words. Actually, thank you so much. All right, she has handed me back. It has come back to me. All right, with me, I'm actually having my daughter over here, one girl, and one boy that I actually adopted from my late sisters. And as she has mentioned previously, in regards to all the points that she mentioned, all the points previously, so I as well, I've been doing the same. Okay, and whenever I'm facing financial challenge, I really have to communicate with them so that they are very much aware of what is going on with my life. So they are not left in the blue, not knowing what to do, or she has abandoned us with this child, or blah blah like this. All right, so those points, I take them very important. And now back to my parenting system over here.
How do you find it here? Because it's not easy as well. This lady is tough. You know, taking care of a child abroad. There's a time we feel it's hard to take care of our own selves. You are alone. You find life is hard. How about you?
Number one thing,
with a baby, with a daughter who is even going to school, for your information. This lady is a tough lady.
First of all, I just want to appreciate Yeah, well, first of all, I want to appreciate the father of my daughter, actually, who has been supportive on that point, on taking her to school. All right, we are not too much in good cooperation, but the main priority that I put a standard that no matter how we are not in good cooperation, a must has to be the child. All right, leave alone what I mean is that because the child is so innocent. All right, so guys, in regards to parenting over here, the number one thing that I always do is, as we said, we believe in the Lord Jesus. I always pray and commit everything before the Lord. And what I refuse to do is to curse my child, because a lot of parents over here curse their children. Why? Because of finances. They run out of finances, and in the end results, what do? They start cursing their children, but not knowing that what you're speaking right now, it's gonna affect your child. I want to tell you that. So what I do is the thing I do to my daughter, I boost my child. Today I sent my daughter to a shop, and my sister was like, she's 5 years, and my sister was like, "Hey, Doreen, how can you send your child to a shop? She's only 5, okay, but she's not meant to cross the road. The shop is just down here, down the building." But I was training my child how to have her self-esteem lifted up. All right, so she's not afraid and shy to talk. Okay, I make sure that I give my child time. All right, no matter how hardworking it is abroad here, that what matters most over here, most especially in UAE, you work long hours, and plus you've got a child here. How do you manage that? You have to really manage your brain here. Okay, manage your brain. How do I mean by that? What I mean is that you have to plan. Everything that you do, you've got to plan. You've got to plan for your work, you've got to plan for your home, and you've got to plan for yourself, so you can build a healthy relationship and balanced relationship between you and your child and your family, because you're going to end up lifting yourself with a lot of load of work stress, and coming back home with a lot of tension. Come on, uncalled for tension. All right, if you see that you're surrounded with a lot of tension, give yourself some space out, okay, to see where are you moving, where are you missing out, where are you missing out. How do I say? Why do I say that? Is that it helps you mentally to raise up a moral child and a very well self-esteemed child. You understand? So another thing that I do is that I try to create a good time for my child. Not that every time I have to really go to whatever, go working or being busy, but I have that intimate time with her. Okay, I have that intimate, which most parents here that I interact with, they don't have that time. They leave their time. Yes, they leave their children to nannies, and with me, I have to make sure my child has eaten, and I have to see how are you feeding my child, and how is she behaving. I have to discipline her where is wrong. I have to, and where is right, I have to applaud her. I have stars that I put, that I try to really manage her in it helps her actually to know that what she's doing is right. Not every time that I have to blame. And actually leaving a child into the hands of a maid each and every time. Maid do this, maid do that, maid do this. Maid, hey, what about you? So you gave back for the maid to take care of. When will she ever know that the essence of a mother? When will she ever know? Only calling you mother, mother, that's all. I try to sacrifice time for my daughter. No matter how hard working it is, Carol, I try to really sacrifice time for my daughter. Wow. And another thing is I'm trying to be a role model. I try to be a role model to my daughter, and I try to really show her what to do. Like I have to teach her how to work. I have to teach her how to do this. Even if she's 5, at least she has to learn how to clean the table. At least she has to learn how to sweep. She has to learn how to clean, arrange her bed, arrange her clothes. I mean,
we're Africans.
Yeah,
we're Africans. Despite the fact you are in a foreign country, it does not deprive us from from our culture and instincts. You know, we have our children, this is how we are brought up. We should not let our children behave the way we find others here. You know,
true.
like I may not want
Abroad life.
Actually, members out
Abroad
there,
life.
please, you can put in your comment down there and give us hints and advice on how do you do it for those that are abroad. How do you do it to maintain a good close relationship with your children back home and your family, and for those that are parents on a foreign land alongside your children, please can help us also to share out your comment. Tell us how you do it so that we help the world. Let's help our fellow mothers out there. Many are there frustrated. I know there are many out there who are willing to leave, but they are worried on how they're going to go about it. Please, your comment is highly welcome.
Yeah, true. I agree with you, Carol. So when it comes to that parenting thing with me here, that I've been a picture. I'm in a picture to encourage you guys. As I said, number one thing is planning. When you plan your way out, it will really work so easy for you. It's not easy as in easy, but it will help you in managing your stuff.
And by the way, maybe let me steal this from her. For your information, her daughter goes to a Sunday school. How many of the children there go to here actually on this foreign land where we are? You know the country where we are in. But our daughter here, Dora, she goes to a Sunday school. And which Sunday school does she attend? Come on, we also have churches here we attend. Big up to our pastor, our spiritual father and mother, Pastor Susan and Moses Kazigawa. We love you. God bless you. Thank you for the good work you're doing, Sister Regina, who is helping to conduct the Sunday school. Our children here are doing so well. Our children here go in for Sunday school. I'm sometimes like, how I wish my kids were around here to attend the Sunday school. But thank God, her child is my daughter. So I'm really happy to see children here attending Sunday school. They participate. They have this mentorship. They are nurtured. They are taught more about God. You know, so we are at home. Sometimes we miss.
Do that when I'm working.
You know, so it is all by the grace of God.
It's all about
big ups to GTCM Church family.
True. So it's all about planning, guys. So how do I do that? I really make sure that my previous nanny actually wasn't willing to take her to all that way to the Sunday school, which was always nagging though most often. But then I had to really I had to pray to God to just help me. Help me so that I can be able to just find me someone who is willing to really take my child to Sunday school and really involve my child into godly stuff, and of which God did it for me.
And your life changed. Since you joined GTCM Church.
Yes.
Me too. I'm a living testimony for GTCM Church.
It has been a challenge.
Without our families back home, guys, without our families at home, without a family, it's hell. But for us, we are not missing. We are not missing anything. We are feeling at home. We are loved.
Guys,
we worship. We go for fellowships.
Like we go for where you love.
We do eat like at home here in GTCM Church. By the way, we do overnights. We fellowship. We communicate. God is doing a good work in us here.
All right. So, and another thing, be flexible with your children. All right. Try to be flexible with them. I'll just briefly talk about these other points. Be brief. Be flexible with your children. Try to explain to them just challenges. Like, for example, like you cannot provide to them everything. Try to be open with them. Talk to them in a mother. Don't be too motherly. Don't be too fatherly. Come on. Try to understand these children, that they want you to also understand them. Not to be too ruly. Be ruly, yes, but try to limit that soldier way. Okay,
be friendship, the bond.
Be approachable.
Share. Please. Give them time to air out their challenges and the goods.
And most especially now when it comes to teenagers. Teenagers need your love. They need your communication. They need you to have a transparency, so they can be able. Sorry, darling. So they can be able really to understand what life is all about. All right. It's Christmas seasons, guys, and a lot of children are back home there. They're just at home there. Please, parents, let's make sure that we communicate with our children. Let's try to and let's try to nurture them
as a given
into
time. Let's
what.
not think about feeding and dressing them these expensive clothes.
Taking them
when
to
you're dressing a child who is spoiled, or who is morally decaying. You're dressing the physical, but when the morals are gone, please, this is the time. Let this holiday, this Christmas break, not only be a break of celebrations. It is a time to sit and analyze your child.
Yeah,
talk to them, share with these children. They miss you. Think of those times that you've been working every morning, going out, going in, and they're also school. So let you have this time. Sit, have a one-on-one this time. Switch off the TVs, remove the tabs from them. Now have physical talks, one-on-one with your children.
Mommy, do you love me?
Make suggestion boxes in a home.
What is so challenging?
Yeah,
they will tell you.
You can even
don't hate them and start beating them.
No.
Creating that she will never talk to you again if you try to really. If you try to change your character into the wolf character, okay? So you try to really, right?
They have to create a bond, create friendship. As a leader in a home, as an administrator, you always have to be a good listener. Be a good person. Like, you be approachable. Let these kids approach you with happiness, with freedom, with that relaxed mind. I'm going to talk to daddy. Daddy is not an enemy, he's a friend.
Yes.
If you don't make the best friends to your children, who will?
Let me
who
say
will?
If it means to be a father, be a father. If it means to be a friend, be a friend. If it means to be a teacher, be always there. Don't just be like
parents are the best teachers. They're the first teachers.
Like as if you want to eat someone. No. Be there. And let me tell you, the best thing, a person who raises up a good husband, a good wife, they are talked to. A mother will always talk to their children, and a father will always talk to their children. The challenges a man goes through in life, when a boy reaches a stage to be talked to, like for example 14, 15, it's time to really have a live talk with them.
Equally,
okay, so by the time these children want to start families, they know what challenges they are gonna expect in life. That's why they just go out there. They don't know. They try to explore themselves. They try to understand who they are. They're trying to really expose themselves into things that they don't know. Yet we as parents are really meant to really play a big picture in their lives. So tell me, if you educate a child, right? You educate a child about life, okay? Tell me, if they go wrong, whom do they have to blame? Themselves, right? But if a father or a mother educates their children of what life is all about, right? What life is all about. A child has reached that stage of courting. Of course, we cannot deny it. Okay, they have reached a stage of admiring a guy or a lady or a girl. For them, they think we all pass through this. Let's be practical, right? It doesn't mean that we slept with here and there, but there came a time when you're like, hey, I like this guy. Hey, I like this man. Oh, I like this. You understand? But you are just restricting yourself because you never really wanted to hurt your parents, and you really wanted a better future for yourself. But if someone tries to sit down with these children and you talk to them, you tell them, hey, you're now getting into a puberty stage. This is the time that I want you to learn how to do this, how to do that, and what are you going to expect in life. I'll give you an example, Carol.
Yeah.
My little son, he's now 17, right? My little son, the one that I told you that I'm raising, right? He actually had rumors about this, but this boy, I listened to him, and he told me, Mommy, I've not done anything, but I gave him conditions. I just told him, see, you may think that you're growing up. Yes, I cannot deny it because you are into puberty stage, okay? But I want you to write these points down. If you're able to take care of your wife, if you're able to take care of your child, and if you're able to take care of bills from the hospital without coming consulting from us or asking for finances from us, if you're able to stand and feed your family, and if you're able to stand and pay the rent for your family without coming to disturb your jaja or your mother or anyone, but you stand and really say you are a man, please go ahead and get married. You know what he told me? I asked him, are you independent or are you dependent? He told me, Mommy, I'm dependent. I told him, well and good. Thank you. Point noted. So now I want to make a note with you. If you ever bring to me a child, when you haven't accomplished your school, you are going to go in jail. Okay? Because you're not ready to stand and take care of your family. Because do not come disturbing me. I'm not ready to take care of any responsibility. You lay your responsibility on yourself because you said you are dependent. We had to make an agreement. And he got back. He said, Mommy, I've not done anything. These are rumors. But I wanted to let him know that should ever this happens, I'm not going to take any nonsense. You are going to take care of your bills. You're going to take care of your family. And you're not going to come disturbing to anybody of us. And he got that. He's straight now.
Yeah, because you had a one-on-one. You didn't have to penalize him. You didn't have to be rude to him. If you had become rude to him, he wouldn't have been able to come and approach you to say it or to confess that maybe this had happened.
Exactly.
So when you make friends to your parent, your children, no one will. You have to be the first friend. You have to be the first teacher. You have to be the best counselor to your child. You have to be the best parent to your children. And when we talk now on the side of the girls, the teenage girls now, a lot is happening today. The competition is so high.
Yeah.
Social media has become social media.
Yeah.
And now this is even when, December is a month of, this is when the devil is also planning. It's doing its own motives. It is when it is also laying strategies for the next year. So when these children are not morally brought up, properly brought up well, this is where they will go astray. This is a very dangerous time. Yeah. This is when they're idle. Remember, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. This is the time they have gotten more time with social media. And all the trash that is happening on social media. Yes, we have the good and the bad. But the majority is
a lot of that they are watching. And you're not even...
You don't even know, not because you're bothered, but you don't know. You think the child, she's young.
What are they watching?
You think she's young. She's not young. Children today are not young. These children even know more than we know. We think we know. Because they are giving time to everything that is irrelevant. They leave what is important and they consider it is what is helpful to them. So talk to these children. If you've not been in position to buy them the gifts, someone is like, before, if mommy doesn't buy me, there's someone who's going to buy. There are boys out there, there are guys out there who are willing to give these small gifts to your children.
Just to see you out.
Just a small gift can reign the future and the life of your daughter. Talk to your children. These so-called cheap things, they are not cheap. They're actually expensive because they incur them a lot of problems.
That's why we said one-on-one to tell them the practicality of this world.
Let them know that you've not been in position, because we know the economy is doing so bad. Since Corona struck in, a lot happened. Families are just coming to transform. Businesses all went down. Most parents lost jobs. So you don't have the money, enough money to give the present like you were giving previously. This time you haven't, not because you don't want. Say, sweetheart, my baby, my girl, I love you, daddy loves you, mommy loves you. But this time round, things are not so well. So we are going to consider the most important things, the most urgent things, as we pray God to bless us in the new year, and things will work in our favor. So please, don't think otherwise. This kid will understand because they are mature. So let them not think that someone should give them the gift. And on top of that, be prayerful. Always soak these children in the blood of Jesus. Always teach them the word. At least advise them. At least make these family prayer altars in the house to pray. Pray. Make them, let it be a routine. Because the more you get closer, this kid makes herself soaked in the Bible, reading the Bible and hearing the word from the mother and testimonies from the mother. Tell them your history, your stories also.
Yeah,
share.
They will be
You will
proud
be the
of
best
you.
example to your children.
They'll
Why
be
would
proud. Why are you feeling
be
shy?
open? Because they know these things happen.
Why are you feeling shy?
Say it out. Say, my dear, when I was
But
young,
be
I was
smart.
crazy. Yeah, you have
Be
to be
smart.
like
Be
a
smart
parent.
while you're talking to them.
You sugarcoat, you will not say, my
Because
dear,
some
me, I
of
was
them
always the
will
last
say,
in
oh,
class.
you were like this.
You don't say I was a prostitute, I was beating every person.
You
You will
just
not
have
say
to be
I was
smart.
the last in class. At least find the better ways as a parent,
Mm.
and then sugarcoat some of the things to guide them up.
Yeah.
But you have to at least show them some bit of you. Who
Always
were
create
you
a
in your
one-on-one.
time? What was it? Show them these things happened before.
Yes.
But you are wise enough to survive.
Show them the advantage and disadvantages of everything that happened.
They should know you had boyfriends before you married their mothers. I mean, you had girlfriends before you had married their mothers. Tell them you had boyfriends before you got married to their parents, to their daddies.
Yeah,
they should be knowing some, but you have to be very wise enough. You have to be very wise enough. So parents, it all comes back to you, to us. It all comes back to us as parents. When especially mothers, because you have enough time, we are the ones that whatever happens, it is a mother. If the girl has bad manners, she's like the mother. If the children are active, hardworking, she works like the mother. If she's, most of the bads are always belong to the mama. The good at the daddy side.
And we welcome them because we are there to pray for our children. Yeah.
So for those, please, let's share. Those the parents in on a foreign land for having their children.
With you guys.
Yeah, we also want to hear from you. Please,
you
can put in the comment section.
Yes, I'm always planning. I have to plan. I have to pray, and I have to talk to my daughter. If there is something that I cannot afford, I always talk to her and she understands.
Yeah.
And when I have it,
because the competition here is very hard.
Yes. And when I have it, I have to give it to her. All right. And I have to accept a situation when it knocks my way. All right. Because there comes a time when you go in a depression mode and you have nobody to talk to, but only God. All right. But always believe that in life, there are no challenges that stay permanently. Always believe that there comes a time when insufficiency knocks into your door. All right. And there comes a time when things change. But when they come, let's act wisely and not foolishly, bringing your depression mode and your stress mode into your home. You need to learn how to balance it up. All right. And limit,
wear that beautiful smile at home as a mommy, as a daddy.
your TV intake for the children when it comes to children. All right. Always talk to them. Or no matter how she's 3 years or whatsoever, stop leaving everything into the hands of the nanny. Because with me, I don't do it. I don't do that. But though I'm strict, okay, because I love things to be done in my way. So, all right. So the thing is, I really love that communication with my daughter, and I give her that time. Sometimes I have to pray with her, and I'm playing with her as well, and I have to mind what kind of food she eats as well. All right. It's not a must that I have to buy her this, I have to buy her that.
Because a healthy mind is a healthy body.
Yeah.
A healthy body is a healthy mind, right?
So I have to really mind of what really goes on around. So anyway, if we've not talked of anything, guys, feel free, forgive us of this light, all right, because it's really late. But next time we will try to really shoot it out on a brighter light. But thank you for your support. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And mind you guys, we are going to come up with something so great, which is all about a forgiveness package and appreciating
we want people to come out and appreciate their friends, their loved ones.
Exactly.
You have someone you really feel you've always been holding at heart. Someone hurt you. You were finding it so hard to feel to approach that person and apologize to that person, but you really feel you want to do it. How will you surprise that person? How will you express your apology? How will you express your appreciation to that person? We are here to help you reach that person. We are here to unite you with that person you feel you have wronged and you want to bring about peace between between you, because we believe in positivity.
It's a
We
holiday
believe in togetherness. We
season,
believe
a
we want
time
to
of
enter
boxing.
the new 2023 year when we are different children of God, who are
Yes.
so filled with love
And
forgiving. Because you don't forgive, you'll never be forgiven.
And I'm excited. I'm very excited, guys, because this is super good, okay? Having your friend who hurts you the most bring you a lovely package. Come on, be ready to forgive.
Forgive. We are here to just reach that person.
What will it benefit you to die
Even
in
when
anger?
you feel that person is too rigid, we are there to talk to that person. The Lord will guide us. The Lord will give us the words to speak that person, and that person will soften up to forgive you.
And how about someone that has done something so great into your life that you would love to appreciate them?
Dora,
don't
when
you
you
think?
do good, you deserve good. What you reap is what you sow is what you reap. So when someone does good,
don't be selfish.
When someone does good,
don't be selfish.
when someone does good, that means that person deserves to be appreciated.
Exactly. And our number actually
it can be a message. It can be a token. Anything you feel like. May the Spirit, according to how the Spirit leads you, we are there to your service.
Our number is gonna be right there on the screen. You'll see it.
Yeah.
And you will connect with us through WhatsApp.
Oh yes.
And through calls. Should you ever have somebody that you would love to surprise, kind of thank you, and kind of apologetic message. It doesn't matter how you want it, even if it will be very little and tiny. Don't mind it, okay? We are there to really back you up. We are starting in this area of Sharjah, then we will cross over. Thank you guys for watching this video. It has really been a long video, yes, but we really appreciate your support. We really appreciate you
giving us your time to listen to all this. Please, we believe we have been a blessing to you, because our motive is to bless you, to share with people out there. Please, let's keep in touch.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, guys. We would love to say
Merry Christmas.
Bye, guys. Oh my God.